Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my channel. So this in front of you is code from our previous episode. There I showed you how to use multi-threading on ESP32 microcontroller, where two tasks are sharing a common variable by using semaphore handle. And today we are going to continue with subject of multi-threading. We are going to use this code, but we are going to modify it. And I'm going to show you how to share serial communication between two tasks. Well, as you know, this could be really handy, especially if you are using serial communication between multiple devices. But for this episode, I'm going to show you only basic principle. So we are going to have two tasks. One is going to write to serial monitor, another is going to read from it. And for that, we are going to use object of QHandle. And QHandle, it's an essential element of this process. It works like a pointer towards a message object. And message object, it's actually what holds content that two tasks are going to use for communication. And I know that this sounds quite complicated, but when you understand entire concept, it's going to become natural and quite easy to use. So now I'm just going to modify this code. So from void setup, we are not going to need this. In void loop, I'm just going to set one delay of 1 second. Okay, we are going to have two tasks. This while true, it's okay. I'm going to keep this thread. We are not going to use task none because we are not going to pass any parameter in this example. So I'm going to delete this. All right, I'm going to copy template for this function. All right, let's call it task read and task write. We are also not going to need this integer variable and semaphore handle for this example. But what we are going to need, we are going to need q handle underscore t object q or just call it QH for QHandle. Now we are going to create one structure, so type def struct. I'm going to name it message underscore t. All right, we are going to need two fields, so we are going to have char line. And this char line is going to contain 100 elements. So this is just for the example. You can size your objects any way you like. And we are going to have one integer variable length. All right. So in this case, QHandle, it's basically a pointer towards this message structure. And message structure, it's what is going to hold content, and that content is going to pass from one function to another. Okay, from this part now I'm going to deal with setup function. Later on we are going to deal with these two functions. So what I'm going to need to do in here, I'm going to use while loop in order to wait for serial, just to make sure that everything is going to work properly. And I'm going to make like this delay of 10 milliseconds until serial is up and running. And we are not going to need this shared mutex. We are going to use another function in order to create instance of our QHandle. So QH is going to be x Q create, and first argument is going to be number of elements. I'm going to set to 10, and second argument is actually going to be size of elements. So I'm going to say size of message underscore t. Now we have to make sure that our QHandle is properly created. So I'm going to use if loop. If QH is null, what we are going to do first, we are going to make some message. We are going to write some message to serial monitor. something simple like this. Then I'm going to make a delay of 1 second, and I'm going to return because we are unable to continue. But not GQ, it's QH. All right. Now we are going to create these two tasks. So we don't have a task, we have task read. It's first. Task read, this is fine, and in here we are also going to provide null because we don't have any argument. So now task write, also null in here, and this is totally fine. So now let's deal with these two functions, but first let's do our task write because it's easier. So we are going to create a message t message. All right, now in our void loop, first thing what we are going to do, we are going to check if our queue handle is properly created. So if qh it's not null, we are going to continue, otherwise there is no point to continue. And we are going to use one integer variable, call it ret. This is going to be return code. I'm going to use function xq receive, and in here first we are going to provide queue handle, then we are going to provide address of our message, and finally we are going to provide port max delay. With this final argument we are saying that we are going to wait for our message infinitely. And now if ret it's pd pass, meaning we have some message, we are going to print something to the screen, serial print f, and what we are going to print, received message, column, then tab, then message size, okay, %d, once again tab, content, column, and %s. Okay, but I'm going to remove this column from here, and let's say that I want to set new line, for example. This is going to look much better, and column in here. So first argument that we have to provide, it's message length, and second argument is going to be message, not length but line, because a line holds actual content. And this is done. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything in details in a minute. And now let's deal with task read. So we are also going to create message underscore t message in here, and in our while loop we are going to first set length for our message, and it's going to be serial available. And now we have to check if message underscore t length is greater than 0. If is, we can continue. Now I'm going to use string mess, just call it mess or any way you like, and now serial read string. Then we are going to set length of our message. So yeah, not message underscore t name, it's just message. Message dot length, it's going to be mess length. Then we are going to copy entire content, str copy, and we are going to copy into message line. We are going to copy mess sc C underscore str. All right, and I'm just going to change this so it's message, not message underscore t. Message underscore t, it's type. And now we are going to terminate this message. So message line with index of message length, it's going to be terminal character. All right, and now we are just going to use function xq send, and we are going to provide as argument q handle, and second argument is going to be of type void pointer address of message. This is actual message that we are sending, and time to wait 0. And if we don't have any message, I'm just going to say okay, delay of 100 milliseconds. Okay, so now let me explain what is actually happening in here, especially in these two functions. With function task read, we are actually reading everything that you are going to write into serial monitor, and that what this code is going to read is going to be stored into shared message, and our Q handle, it's actual pointer to that shared message. Now when you store some content into that message, task write is going to be able to read from it. And how we are going to know that something like that has happened? Because this ret variable is going to be PD pass, and in that case we are going to print this string to our serial monitor. Basically we are going to create an echo. But what is the most important for you to know from this project? So QHandle, it's an object that is kind of pointer towards this message. Task read reads content from your serial monitor. It creates one message, and that message it's with this function xqsend. Basically copy of this message it's sent to a point where this QHandle points. And then when there is something to be read from, our task write is going to read that with this function xqreceive, and we are going to print that content back to our serial monitor. So now I'm just going to build this code. Alright, and I'm going to upload it. Alright, now I'm going to open my serial monitor, and I'm going to write something. Okay, some numbers, more numbers, let's see, some letters. Alright. So basically this project is successful. So guys, I hope that you learned something new, something interesting. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!